common type of vector field is a gradient vector field. If we're given a surface function, we can calculate the gradient vector function by first calculating the first partial derivatives with respect to x and y. Now, because this gradient vector has an input that's a point, which could be either an ordered pair or an ordered triple, and it has an output that is a vector, that makes it a vector field. Now, because this vector output is specifically the gradient vector, it's called a gradient vector field, or just a gradient field. So let's look at some arbitrary function to remind ourselves about what that gradient vector actually gives us. If we slice this surface with a constant z-plane, and then we project that into the floor, we get a level curve. If we consider an ordered triple on the surface and project that into the floor, the gradient vector is going to be a two-dimensional vector that points the way to the path of steepest descent, which means that if we slice this surface with a plane in the direction of this gradient vector, we get an intersection curve C where the slope of the tangent line is the steepest. That slope of the tangent line was called the directional derivative. The gradient vector is that 2D vector in the floor pointing the way to the path of steepest descent. The magnitude of the gradient vector is that maximum value or the maximum slope of that tangent line. But what we'll see here is that when we are at different points along this curve, we're going to get different vectors pointing in different directions, all pointing to their corresponding path of steepest descent. Now, since the magnitude of all these gradient vectors is going to give us the maximum slope, these vectors are going to get longer when they're on a level curve that represents a steeper portion of the graph. So let's take a look at an example. Let's consider this gradient field for the surface function f at xy is equal to x squared plus y squared, which is a circular paraboloid opening up. Now what we see here are the 2D level curves of the surface, and each of these vectors represents the gradient vector pointing the way to the path of steepest descent. So notice how these gradient vectors are relatively short. What that means is that it's not very steep in those places. And that's because those gradient vectors are on this small level curve down here towards the bottom, where the circular paraboloid is not quite as steep. Now, as the surface gets steeper, these level curves get closer together, and these gradient vectors get longer and longer. When the magnitude of that gradient vector is larger, that means that our graph is steeper. So this vector field is supporting what we are also seeing with the level curves, that when those level curves are close, that also represents a steeper area of the graph. And so each of these gradient vectors is perpendicular to the tangent line at that point, pointing the way to the path of steepest descent, and its magnitude represents the largest possible slope at that point.